What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and as many of you probably know by now, we finally have the footage from the Steven Universe Comic-Con panel. We have a brand new clip that is it's just a clip from an episode which we believe to be called Lars of the Stars, and we also have a new trailer right over here that kind of showcases the new storyline that's going to be coming up for the rest of Season 5, and boy, oh boy, this looks so good. I have not been this hype for Steven Universe in a while. Like, I'm more hyped than I was for Wanted right now. Like, it just, what I'm looking at in this footage is just so mind-blowingly crazy. I can't even talk right now. So yeah, obviously some of you guys might know I did say I was gonna get a video out yesterday. I've been sick. I'm still kind of sick. I'm like really hot right now. I'm like having the little sweats. But I really wanted to talk about this. Feeling a little bit better now, so that's why there's been a delay. But luckily, the footage came out, so I was going to actually just talk about the description. But now we don't have to talk about that because we can actually look at what's happening on the screen and analyze it. I'm not going to talk about every single thing. I'm going to be talking about mostly about this clip right here. The teaser trailer we discussed in the last video, so go check that out. We'll leave that in the link in the description below. So watch that video first and then come back here because I'm not going to analyze every single piece of information in this trailer, only the very important visual bits that we didn't get from the audio. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna mostly be focusing on this footage. So we had a little bit of description on this footage about Lars being a space pirate, which is just who would have imagined? Who would have imagined that Lars's arc would come to this? We got a little bit of that, and now we actually see it, and it's even more amazing than I ever could have imagined it being. It already sounded amazing enough to begin with, but it's even more incredible than I thought it was going to be. So we have Connie looking all, she got a little cute little ponytail, and then like, as soon as she comes on the screen, people are like, oh my god, I love her, she's so beautiful. But yeah, so they're basically getting ready to bring some stuff for Lars, give him a little care package, go through Lion. Steven says he's not expecting an actual adventure. Connie's very excited for a space adventure. Steven's not ready for an adventure. He's basically expecting it to be very chill and lackadaisy. Since the last time he left Lars, he was just in a hole underground. So they go through Lion, and they go through the tree, and they come out through Lars. And he's on a ship. He's just chilling on a ship. He's a captain of a ship. Now we are sci-fi right now. Son, look at this. So we see Emerald now in the flesh, fully. Her gem is on her eye, as we saw in that poster before. And it's what we have a new gem. We're just getting new gems back to back. And Lars says he'll never take us alive, Emerald. And the crowd goes nuts. We see Lars of the Stars, reanimated off-color space pirate. Like, if you showed this to anybody at the end of season 4, no one would have believed you that this was actually a thing that was happening. Like, I cannot believe that this is where we are. So we get a nice shot. He's manning the ship. We got the whole squad. We got the whole off-color squad. And we get a lot of banter back and forth between Lars. Steven and Connie are geeking out just like the fans are right now. And we see the ship. So it says, it's hard to read, but it says the Sun Incinerator, stolen from the heart of Homeworld. So my boy Lars, basically he explains that, you know, he has a back and forth with Emerald, and he explains that she shouldn't have left it open. He was able to take it from these guards. I don't know how he did that. Like, I know Lars is technically immortal, but is he really that strong to where he just took over and just jacked the ship from a bunch of guards in the heart of Homeworld? Like, I want to know what these gems' powers are, because we haven't seen any of the powers of the off-colors. I don't think Paparacha really has much, too many powers or anything, but I think Rutile may have had something to do with it. Fluorite's probably pretty strong, even though she's pretty slow. I feel like she may have helped out, but Lars, I think Lars is feeling, look at this man. He's all smug. he knows he's a boss right now. The crowd, like I said, the crowd's going nuts, which is absolutely insane because Lars was not a very well liked character for the longest time, and now he's the man. Look at this guy. He's immortal. He's jacking ships on Homeworld. Now he's part of the main plot, the main storyline. Like, I cannot believe the character development that Lars has gone through. It's so crazy. So yeah, I guess he's just feeling really confident and smug now that he's immortal, basically. So he just feels like he can just do whatever and get away with anything, and he just probably just charged right through. Emerald seems super incompetent, which seems to be a running theme with these gems, just kind of getting bodied or getting really outsmarted by the crystal gems or whoever. Like Hailey Blue Agate was not, she wasn't nothing. She wasn't nothing. Emerald doesn't seem like she's anything. Peridot was nothing. Jasper was the only one that was really threatening, but even Jasper ended up getting humiliated by Smoky Quartz. So I like that, but at the same time, I'm ready for a gem that's really a threat. We had that kind of in Lapis. The diamonds were the only real ones that have been a threat so far, but. Yeah, but I feel like she kind of has to be a little bit incompetent for Lars to be this cocky. Either that or she really is competent and Lars is just that good now, which is just crazy. I can't get over what I'm looking at right now. Look at this. He's a space pirate on a ship. So he's basically talking about how she's talking about how she's going to incinerate them and she'll find them, whatever. And he says, "Oh, well, we have your fastest ship. How you going to catch us, son?" And basically Fluorite fixes the engine. And he says, "We're going to hyperspace." And she's like, "You're not going to hyperspace. You're not going to hyperspace. You're not doing this." And he says the famous bingo bongo. Let's go. This is so great. This is so great. And the crowd goes nuts when he says that. And she's really pissed. And she's like, "Off colors." So Lars is an official off color right now. And they go, bam, hyperspeed. So we're about to get a giant sci-fi adventure right now, my boy. This is so crazy. So yeah, I think this would probably explain how Lars is going to be able to get home one way or another. He now has a ship. I don't know what his plan is right now. I feel like Lars is actually becoming somewhat of a hero and helping the off colors and helping the other gems, because he probably could have just gone home at this point, but I'm not sure, because it seems like he's had a lot of interactions with Emerald already, which is pretty crazy. We don't know how much time has passed between Steven and Connie checking in on him. I assume it's not that much time, maybe a couple days or so, but I don't think it was that much time. So that's even crazier, unless they're accounting for light years and light speed, which would change the timing of everything. But I don't think that's what they're doing. This doesn't seem like that type of show. So yeah. So long story short, Lars is a space pirate. And he's manning the off colors, and he's a total boss right now. And I absolutely love this. I think we're gonna get a lot of craziness. Let's talk about the teaser trailer over here. Also, shout out to Prince Pekka right here for uploading these. Really coming through for the community right now, because we were struggling. I didn't think we were gonna get any clips. I pretty much accepted that we were not gonna get a single thing. So yeah, let's talk about the teaser trailer, because there are some stuff in that trailer that seems to connect to whatever episode this is, and I think we might be able to get a little bit of an idea of what the storyline's going to be. So let's take a look at that right now. So we get the audio, Pearl saying, "I always thought I'd be there with you. Always knew you'd see it." And we see, of course, Steven talking about how he's safe, Connie's safe, we're all safe, everything's fine. So that's confusing. I don't know if Lars is back by then and he's like, "Oh, everything's fine, everything's safe," because Connie does say it's not, though, and she walks away, which that can mean a couple things. That can mean either A, Lars is still out there, which again, I don't know why Steven would be so adamant that everyone's safe and everything's fine if Lars is still out in space, even though Lars seems to be doing very well for himself. That's still a problem. He still needs to get home. So I don't know why Steven would say that, but another possibility is that Connie is explaining, like, well, no, Homeworld's still coming for us, like, if Lars is back theoretically, or it could be both, really. But let's say Lars does end up coming back by that point, Homeworld's still going to come for them. Homeworld's still going to come to Earth, because Steven escaped, and they're looking for Rose Quartz, and, they know that's basically Rose's home, and also because Lars may have escaped, and jacked a homeworld ship. So things are not okay, per se. So we see Steven chilling. Lars's parents are upset, obviously, because he's in freaking space. Again, we don't know if this is before they go check on him or after. It's really tough. It's really tough to say because, again, I don't know why Steven would say, "Oh, we're safe, everything's fine," if Lars was still in freaking space. Like, that seems very irresponsible. So yeah, Lars's parents are not happy about this. They're very upset, which is giving me the feels. They have no idea the man he's become now. Yeah, we're just getting the narration. So yeah, we see Sadie. Now we actually see Sadie is very, very stressed out about Lars being in space. We heard it, but you know, seeing it is a whole nother thing. She is not okay. She looks like a mess. She said she's very worried about Lars. So again, kind of hard to tell. So here's the really big thing that I want to talk about. Lion is missing. First of all, Pink Magical, old, likes naps, Lion Lickers, dislikes enthusiasm. Love that. So this is also confusing because in that previous clip that we saw that they went into Lion, obviously. Sorry, I keep right-clicking by accident. We saw that they went into Lion and everything was cool. Everything was chilling. I could probably do a whole video on why Lion is missing, but we can talk about that in a later video, probably sometime this week. But this is, I feel, because it seems as though the previous clip was from a more recent episode, like one of the first ones, maybe the premiere. I don't know what was said at the panel itself, so maybe someone might be able to clarify if anyone knows what that clip is from. Is that from, you know, the first episode that we're going to be getting coming up, or is that from a later episode? Because they clearly go into Lion, and now we see that Lion is missing. Is it possible that they find Lion after this point, and then they go into Lion and everything's fine? I feel like that's not going to be the case. This could be their way, and I know a lot of people are worried about this. This could be their way of kind of making it so they can go back to regular Beach City episodes again, because if Lion's missing, that means they can't check up on Lars, and if Lars isn't there yet, then that means it's kind of... They seem to be implying that Lars is still not on Earth. Like, this entire teaser trailer, it does not seem like Lars ever makes it back, at least not from this story arc just yet. So if Lion's missing, that means they can't get to Lars, and they don't have a ship. So that means they could pretty much go back to normal, but I don't know if they could truly go back to normal. If Lars is in space, I don't see them going to regular, like, oh, everything's hunky-dory, let's go fishing with Kofi. Like, I don't think they could pull that off if Lars is in space, because that's a very dramatic thing to be happening in the background that whole time. So this, I hope what they're doing with this is adding a lot of dramatic tension with the fact that Lars is in space and they have no way to contact him. Now, another very interesting point is why Lion is missing. I don't have an answer for that right now. I don't think I have a direct theory. I hope it has something to do with something that is going on with, you know, something gem related, something magical related that's really crazy and out there. That is what I'm going for, but I don't actually know. Hopefully me and Hailey can kind of brainstorm. I'm just kind of winging this right now. But that's actually pretty crazy that Lion has gone missing and Lars probably doesn't make it back, which is very surprising because he has the ship. So my prediction is what's going to go down, and we do get a little bit more clips kind of showcasing what seems to be that episode. Actually, you know what? Let's just go forward, because there's a clip that I think gives us a hint at what is to come. So we see Lapis. Lapis is actually the one that said you ran from Blue and Yellow Diamond. She's really shocked, which I thought it was Ruby. It was in the little transcript said it was Ruby, and it did kind of sound like Ruby from the audio, but no, it was Lapis, which makes more sense. So Garnet does not unfuse, so that's a little correction there. And this shot, boy, so we got a little bit of this shot in the last video, but son, oh my goodness. So we have Garnet and Pearl and Bismuth, which is dope, fighting Pink Diamond. And the reason we know this is Pink Diamond is because the gem is on her stomach, not her head. White Diamond's is on her head. So that's crazy. This is painting Pink Diamond in a completely different light than we had pictured her before. We all pictured, for the most part, pictured Pink Diamond to be more of a lesser of the evils of the diamonds, but this definitely paints her as a serious, serious threat. and not a good person at all. And we see 2 other gems that I don't think we know of yet. This gem I definitely don't know. Obviously, it's not Amethyst. Amethyst was not around during this time. She was still underground getting cooked. And we see another gem right here. My computer's dying. We see another gem right here that I can't really make out who it is. It sort of looks like a pearl, but I don't think it's a pearl. It could be a zircon, but I think these are 2 completely new gems. And this is probably a flashback, given what Pearl was talking about, and Greg is explaining right now how he doesn't know anything about Homeworld. He doesn't have any real context about all this stuff, so he wants them to kind of explain everything for him. So it seems like Pearl is going to, like as we see in this clip, Pearl is going to be explaining certain things, and that seems to be like what the previous image was, is some type of flashback, because it's very stylized, like a storybook. And we see Lapis describing like, oh, she's not down for another war. She's doing some water bending right now. I don't know why, because she seems super determined. I don't know if she's trying to get herself off of Earth or something, because she's kind of doing her own thing. So this could obviously bring into question Lapis's alignment and if she truly is for the crystal gems and for Earth. So we see a bunch of missiles shooting out of what seems to be Emerald's ship. And we see a lot of craziness. Oh my goodness, that went too fast. Paradise in the kindergarten. Let's go back. So, all right, we see the ship. So that looks like the ship that Stevani was kind of driving back on the poster that we showed in the last video of Lars of the Stars. And Peridot, Steven, and Amethyst in the kindergarten. I'm not sure why they're in the kindergarten. They might be looking for some type of evidence. They might be looking for Lion, actually. That would make a lot of sense. Something crazy is going down. There might be a corrupted monster somewhere. Really excited to see what's happening there, actually. I never even thought about that. Sadie's running. She looks very concerned. I actually really love this shot right here. I don't know what would possibly be happening. This looks pretty insane. I don't like, because like, just given the context of the music, it's possible that there's a ship coming towards everyone and she's trying to warn people or something like that. Then we see Smoky Quartz is one of my favorite fusions. She's got 3 yo-yos right now. Like, let's go. I don't know who she's fighting. Oh, we're full screen now. That's not gonna work for the capture. I don't know who she's fighting. She's probably in the kindergarten, because we saw Steven and Amethyst were in the kindergarten. So she's probably fighting whatever corrupted monster or something like that is around in the kindergarten. In that same shot, we see Lapis very concerned. This is a beautiful shot right here. I think she's probably just going to try to get out of there, leave Earth. She's not about that life. She's not about it. She's trying to do her own thing. And then here we see what I think is Emerald's ship right here, blasting this ship, which, oh my goodness, God, that's dark. Which seems to be the ship that Stevani was controlling, and it's hurling towards a planet. This does not look like Earth. So I think what happens is, I don't know if that's the same ship that Lars was manning. It doesn't look like it, because that ship was green inside. So I'm not entirely sure, and this looks like a lot smaller than that one was over here. So I don't think that's the same thing. So I think what happens is they probably get caught up, and Emerald potentially shoots them both down, and they get stuck and stranded on a planet. So now they're stranded completely, and now they have to probably fend for themselves against Emerald. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but it's possible that they end up stranded on the planet and they're hiding from Emerald. And then Steven and Connie have to go back to Earth, and they go through Lion, and then eventually, maybe the next day, Lion goes missing or something along those lines. And then Peridot is talking to who I assume to be Lapis. Earth is our home now. Isn't it worth fighting for? Reaches her hand out, and that kind of seems to allude that Lapis is not about that life. So I'm going to go back to the ship to see what Lars' ship looks like. I don't think that was the same ship. I think that's pretty clear for the most part. But let's see. So he goes through hyperspeed. Yeah, so I don't think it's the same ship. That's green. So yeah, I think what happens is they get caught by Emeralds, and they have to dip. They have to leave. They have to go back to Earth. And then they go through Lion, and then Lion goes missing. And it's like, oh no, what's going to happen? So I love this, because we're finally getting a story arc. It doesn't look like, at least from what we can tell coming up, that we're going to get any type of lackadaisy Beach City episodes or anything like that. This looks like we are all in for this story arc that is just going to continue straight from the Wanted special. So I'm so excited for this. I was not expecting any of this to happen. This looks so good. I can't wait. Steven Universe is back with a vengeance. We don't know when this is going to be airing yet, unfortunately, but hopefully it'll be not too long. Hopefully be this summer. I think it'll most likely be in the summer at some point. So yeah, guys, what do you guys think of this trailer? This is way longer than I thought it was going to be. We're probably going to do a lot of videos coming up, so be sure to subscribe if you're new here. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified for all the new theories that we've come up with the this new footage. But what did you guys think of this footage? What do you think about Lars being a space pirate, jacking ships from homeworld gems, getting involved in the main plot? What do you guys think is happening? Any details that I may have missed? Let us know in the comments down below. Really curious, because there's a lot to digest from this. And we'll probably be making a lot of videos coming up, and there's still a lot of Star stuff to talk about, so it's going to be a crazy couple weeks. But yeah, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.